So they're not all perfect. Some of them have little wrinkles and creases in them. Sometimes the smile is crooked, but I think that no one's perfect, so they make them more realistic to have a little bit of imperfection in them. My name is Flo Wagner. I am a quilter. I started quilting about 10 years ago. I've always enjoyed sewing. And I think quilting has given me an opportunity to be a bit more artistic. I can't sing or paint or do a lot of those kinds of things, but I find that I can create things with my sewing with quilts. I don't like throwing a lot of things away, so I do save all the scraps. The batting is left over and it's always in smaller pieces that really isn't useful to do much else with. So what I started doing was cutting it up into small pieces and stuffing teddy bears with it. I had a family friend who's actually a police officer here in Saskatoon, and I had given her 2 children bears, and she suggested that she might have a use for them with the Children's Services Department.
When we have investigations that are involving with child abuse, sexual abuse, coming through these doors, they would have a sense of anxiety, stress, and trauma that they're dealing with as a result of what's happened to them. We have an environment that we try to put the child at ease.
When I asked how many bears they would need, she said they saved these for difficult cases, which would probably be about 2 a week, and that is heartbreaking that there's that much need. The bears are one way to give them something positive or something a bit more cheerful out of the situation, so they hopefully will bring a smile to their face and make it a little bit more comfortable for them in difficult times. You can see the face coming together. They all do, you know, their facial expressions are always a little bit different because of the way the eyes are sewn on. I mean, small things like that. Some of them are gender neutral, some of them are, you know, sort of pink, and some are blue, and I try and make enough variety that they'll have some to meet any need they've got there. So there's a few more little scraps being used up. No scrap is too small. And this is actually leftover material from the drapes that used to hang in my daughter's apartment, so I used up all of that scrap material too. I've sort of reached the point now that I'm out of my scraps, so I do buy fleece and batting and stuffing to actually stuff the bears, because I'm making more bears than I'm making quilts right now. And I've put them together backwards and upside down more than once and had to take things apart. Fortunately, they're for kids, so they're not very particular. If there's a few mistakes, I'm sure they'll be forgiven. It's a hobby for me. It's sort of, I'm retired now, so it's nice to have something to when I've got some spare time, just to keep busy doing that. I mean, I could sell them or something like that, but they're not going to make money for me. So it's nice that there's a useful purpose for them, that somebody appreciates them and somebody can use them for putting smiles on children's faces.
The generous gifts that Flo has provided, it provides them with an opportunity to transition out of a very traumatic event that they're having to revisit and replay in their own minds. The feedback that I get from my investigators, they can see that transition with a child, that their eyes just open up and they're smiling again.
It's a very small thing in the big picture, you know, providing some of these bears, but I think if it can bring some comfort to the children, I think that's a good thing. And I think hopefully it will encourage other people to do some small acts of kindness, and sometimes it's a very small thing that makes a big difference. And there he is.
Hey everybody, Simon Hiatt here, hanging out with just a few of my favorite stuffed furry friends. I think we can all identify with the comfort these guys can bring, no matter what age you happen to be. I hope you also liked my feature on Flo Wagner. If you did, please give it a like down below. And if you want more heartwarming content, check out this feature from one of my Shaw Spotlight colleagues, and also give us a subscribe and a follow. Right, guys?